Hi Libra, and welcome to your May 2020 general reading. So I hope wherever you are, Libra, you're safe from harm and that you're well. Your additional guidance card is time for a nap. Okay, now I pulled this because I've been waiting for the last video to upload. So I think for half the world, time for a nap card is a feeling that everything has just gone into this sacred pause, okay? This sort of stop. So this time for a nap is about taking a step back, resting. A lot of people get very, very frustrated with energy that's not moving, or sometimes you just let go and you just move with the rhythms. And the rhythms of nature are always very, very slow. Apart from when we're having a shock sort of event. So this time for a nap is probably going to speak of not that much action, to tell you the truth. But let's see. And if there is action, I just pray that it goes in the right place into your life. So there's action happening where it's very required. So I'm shuffling the cards. I've already shuffled them quite a lot, but I'm going to do one more time. So please give me messages for Libra. Ace of Pentacles behind you with the Nine of Wands. What you want is the Hierophant. The gift is the Hanging Man. Yeah, time for a nap indeed. The challenge is the Moon. A lot of people don't like the Hanging Man. The key to the Hanging Man is non-resistance, by the way. I would argue the key to most things in life is non-resistance, unless we're working to protect something. And the Nine of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles means some of you have been having to preserve and put energy to protect something. But the Hanging Man is the gift. Would say to me that a lot of you very, very much going with the flow, okay? Oh gosh, the Knight of Pentacles in your relationships. Very, very slow moving energy. This is not far off time for a nap either. The Knight of Pentacles does move, by the way, and I'm sort of laughing because a lot of you who get readings from me, I spend a lot of time talking about this Knight, okay? I love the Knight of Pentacles, but he moves incredibly slowly, and I guess the time for a nap is very, very clear in your relationships. You've got the Ace of Cups in money and work. So there's a blessed energy for you, Libra. Someone was asking me today about karma and about good and bad karma. So I have a very, very, very different approach to good and bad karma. Okay, it's incredibly complex, but there's such a thing as adorable karma, which is the Ace of Cups, and probably the Sun card is my adorable karma cards. Some sort of protection is going on for you here, Libra, some sort of eye of the divine. The World card at soul position, and she's looking right at the Ace of Cups, so there might be some so this is an ending card. It's not an ending card like the Death card. It's more a card of completion of a cycle. So when something new can be born, and you've already got two aces coming up. So I would assume the Hanging Man is to do with your relationships. And then the Knight of Pentacles now becomes the Knight of Wands. This is what the sort of energy that you're looking for. So when the Knight of Pentacles becomes the Knight of Wands, things begin to speed up. And they begin to speed up very, very quickly. So I'm loving that for you. And already, Libra, if I could give you one piece of spiritual advice, it'd be not to fight the Hanging Man. Most of our struggles are, so all the rivers move to the sea, yeah? And we can get ourselves in a lot of psychological knots trying to push the river. When we go with the Hanged Man, we're we're actually moving into probably about the highest spiritual territory a person can ever really be in. When they've got to that point of very much this too shall pass, thy will be done, which is meant to be the highest prayer a person can ever. So that's how embracing the hangman is. And if you can embrace the hanging man, you're on the top of that mountaintop. I can guarantee you of that. Not the easiest, I love it. And then it's the 10 of Cups. So by the end of May, things will have moved an awful lot. But already we're dealing with this energy of being in pause. The hanging man's also about clearing out the cobwebs psychologically, spiritually, emotionally and physically. Yeah, if you don't love it, get rid of it. That's the sort of energy of embracing the hanging man as the gift. Behind you is the Ace of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands. The Ace of Pentacles, again, there's some sort of new beginning. And I can't help but think this is to do with work and your finances. These two aces. Because the 9 of Wands is there, either that you've been a little bit defensive. Defensiveness doesn't have to be a negative. Or in your relationships and with people, or you've had to work hard to defend this ace. So working hard to defend an ace would be, for example, losing your business and having to put loads and loads of energy into maintaining this ace. It's going to pay off. Look, this is some sort of adorable energy coming right back at you. And adorable energy and adorable karma comes from good deeds that we do in the past. Everything comes back. And there's something particularly beautiful happening here. What you want is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is Taurus. It represents our security, our essential needs. Our essential needs are about safety, food, and love, especially being a Libra. It's about each other. But when it boils down to our essential needs are shelter and food. And I think someone's put the internet onto that. I mean, I'd argue it's also about purpose. It's about community. And it's about each other. But because it's a Taurus card, this is about the base essential needs, which is housing, shelter, safety. And the hanging man is helping you get these essential needs, which means this pause is not a mistake. Okay? It's very, very hard sometimes when we're in a time, what's going on at a global level and the great changes that are happening, to understand that there's a pattern weaved into everything, Libra, but there is. And you might need to remind me of that one day, but there's a pattern here. And the hanging man as the gift is probably whispering in your ears, it's going to be okay. Just let go of that need to control, to navigate destiny, that need to navigate our own ship and trust the unfolding pattern. Because with this card combination, you can trust what's unfolding. The challenge is the moon, which is about being in uncertainty. The moon card can quite often bring up fear because it represents our unconscious mind. All our fears are hidden in the unconscious mind. And really, really what's happening at a global level is all our fears are being brought up to the surface, okay? I can't help thinking for a lot of you, this is to do with your stability and your security. And please, Libra, please accept all my blessings. But with this Ace of Cups showing up, there's a force looking after you. I guarantee you there is. Because I think there's something going on around your security and there's quite a lot of fear coming up around it. Now, this Knight of Pentacles in your relationships, what can I say? This is that energy that's coming towards you. And I have seen the Knight of Pentacles take 2 years to get to his destination. I don't cry and don't roll your eyes, because essentially we want this energy because it's the energy of stability, security, but he doesn't do anything very fast. And when he shows up in a reading, it's very, very easy to become frustrated and even throw things at the video, or be embrace the Hanging Man, which is your gift, which means I think some Libras have really settled into this process. So tell me why the Knight of Pentacles is showing up here. I am laughing. Yeah, it's going towards the Six of Cups. Some sort of reconnection, some sort of reunion, but it's happening slowly. Is there a message that you want to send, Libra, about this energy? Because if this was showing up for me, I'd want a message, and you now get the Knight of Cups. So there's news coming, there's some sort of reconciliation, some sort of reconnection. But because the Knight of Pentacles was first and the Hanging Man, it's going to be very slow coming. But it's coming. Ace of Cups in your money and work. There's something very, very beautiful going on there. It's with the wheel. The wheel. All the 10s represent a conclusion. So there's something concluding itself, and the World card is looking right at it, which is another completion card. And they're side by side with the Ace of Cups, which it's almost like, for any of you Libras that are having a very challenging time, there's some huge forces working in your favour here. And really, really, to access them is really about being in that state of grace and that state of being open and receptive to it. Everyone's fears are activated at the moment. I mean, sometimes if you look at this from a really, really powerful spiritual angle, it's the clearing of those fears, or the potential to clear them. Or we just keep reinforcing them, and then we go round and round the karmic wheel forever. Or we begin to say, okay, so there's an opportunity for me to start to be tuning into these energies, and to embrace this energy, the Hangman, and to clear those fears from the psyche. Because you know what, Libra, we have the right to live a happy and fulfilled life. And most of us actually don't believe that because of the fears and the collective messages that we've taken on. There's some huge forces working in your favour. And then these 2 Knights turn into the Knight of Wands. So I'm laughing because I could do a whole reading just on these Knights. So the Knight of Pentacles moving to the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Cups is a funny old card. It can be one of these people who loves love, yeah? So brings messages, but doesn't always have much staying power. The Knight of Pentacles has staying power, but boy, he's slow. And the Knight of Wands is just fast-moving energy. It's very much about the energy of desire and going after the target, going after what you want. It's very much about living this passionate, innovative life. And I cannot help feeling this is to do with relationships, because it's clarified with the 10 of Cups. So this would be beautiful, wouldn't it, if we all get to go out again? Because the 10 of Cups is the rainbow after the storm. The rainbow after the storm is not a cliche. It's a scientific fact that light comes after darkness. That the new day arrives. That because the 10 of Cups is a card of connection. It could be that this could be about a home and a family situation, by the way, because that's its traditional meaning. Although home and family can extend to friendship groups, anything that's right for you. But this is a bit sharing, but there's something particularly going on around your relationship dynamics. And I love how speedy up this night's going, because the Knight of Cups brings loads of messages, but not always. I mean, sometimes he rides in and he rides right back out again. He's in love with the idea of love. So in fact, the Knight of Pentacles is what we all really, really long for, unless we just want an affair. But people don't like the amount of time it takes for this Knight to manifest himself. And the Knight of Wands is just the fires heating up. It's about going after, it's about innovation, going after what you want. And with the Six of Cups, I think for some of you there's some reconnection going on. This reconnection might be after a period of separation, because a time for a nap, and the Hanging Man as the gift. When these cards show up as the gift, I always get people who are in acceptance of the process. And acceptance is becoming the royal family of the tarot. It's not fighting, it's not grabbing, it's not struggling. And this is when cards of the Ace of Cups tends to show up. It's almost like when we stop struggling, that which we're seeking begins to seek us. It's a law of magnetism, of energy, and there's really, really something beautiful. So how does Libra challenge their fears? Tell me how they challenge their fears. One card. Okay, you get the Judgment card. This is the opposite side of the Death card. It's about understanding that life is constantly moving in cycles. And, you know, I remember one point of my life, Libra, from about 10 years, I felt that I was constantly in the Death card. Yeah, or constantly in the Hermit. But life really, really moves in cycles. And when we begin to trust that after death comes new beginnings, life, death, life, then we learn to not fear as much, but embrace the cycle that we're in, which is really, really, really good mental and emotional health. Because I think as a feeling for some of you, your security looks like it's been potentially affected, or your sense of security is something that you don't feel that you're in control of, okay? Which is always quite potentially very, very fear-ridden. But by the looks of where the cards are pointing to, there's some huge, it's almost like huge forces are about to come to meet you, to bring to you what you need. Okay, Libra? Now, hopefully I'll be back doing mid-monthlies. It all depends. My energy is so weird at the moment. I get a couple of hours a day, and that's about it. But it's been a real pleasure. Again, love and blessings to you. Try and not give in to fear. Try and embrace it. Get to know it. Let it go. And then what we really, really do is we get ready to enter into a brand new chapter of our lives, rather than just memory rehashing itself and going round in repetitive cycles. And it all comes by building a relationship sometimes with our emotions, with how we feel, and honouring them. Okay, Libra, much love. Bye.